Welcome to Cubbing Your Prompt. Let's get started. Why should you cub your prompt? You will know the purpose, audience, and format for your response. This will help because sometimes when we read a question, we can reform it in our minds and it will not be the real question that was asked. Cubbing our prompt will help us to have a solid plan for writing our response. So let's get started. The first step of cubbing a prompt is to read the prompt. This may sound silly to you, but often we can just scan the prompt and without really reading what it says and learning the true meaning of the question. So read the prompt. It is very important to reread the prompt. Now, let's perform the steps of cubbing. C stands for circle. U stands for underlining. B stands for bracketing. Now we will break down these steps of CUB for the prompts we are reading. Step 3. After reading and rereading the prompt, we will do the C part of cubbing. We want to circle. What do we circle? We circle the command words or the bossy words. These are words that tell us to do something. Let's look at our sample prompt here. Let's perform step 1 through 3 right now. First, I'm going to read the prompt. My prompt says, write an informational paper for your classmates about Taekwondo. Include important information about Taekwondo that will help your classmates understand the sport. Be sure to use information from both passages in your paper. Okay, I read my prompt. Now let me reread my prompt to make sure I'm understanding what I read. Write an informational paper for your classmates about Taekwondo. Include important information about Taekwondo that will help your classmates understand the sport. Be sure to use information from both passages in your paper. Okay, now let's go to step 3 and look for the bossy words. I have already highlighted them in blue for you. The words write, include, and use are bossy words and they tell us what we need to do. We need to write, we need to include, and we need to use. Now let's move on to step 4. Step 4 is to write the word what. We write the word what as is shown in our sample prompt. We are asking ourselves, what do these bossy words want from us? What should I write? What should I include? What should I use? See the red word that I have written above these circled words? What to write, what to include, what to use. Now let's see what step 5 is. In step 5, we do the U part of CUB. We underline. The underlined words answer the bossy word command question of what? What do we write? We write an informational paper. What do we include? We include important information about Taekwondo. What do we use? We use information from both passages. Now let's see what part B is, what the B part of cubbing is. Step 6 is the B part of cubbing. It means to bracket. We bracket any keywords, phrases, names, numbers, and anything else you feel is important. Let's look at our sample again. I know I need to write an informational paper right here, but for who? Classmates. This tells me the tone I need to use. I bracketed Taekwondo because this tells me the subject of my paper. In the next sentence, I bracketed Taekwondo again because I know this is going to be the subject of my reading and what I am writing about. I also bracket the words help and understand. Help and understand. Because this tells me I need to be descriptive and helpful to my classmates. This also tells me my answer that I write needs to be informative, not narrative. And in the third sentence, I bracket the word both. I do this because this is a number word. It tells me that I need to make sure my answer has evidence quoted from both of the passages that I am going to read, not just one. And this reminds me that I also need to give evidence from the passages and not just my opinion. Now I have read and reread my prompt. I have cubbed my prompt. And now I am ready to read my passage. I suggest you cub your prompt before you read your passages so that you know what you are looking for in your reading. Then you read your passage and you can use your cubbed prompt to help you start in your pre-writing strategy. Let's see what that would look like on the next screen. On this screen, you can see that the student has done a pre-writing strategy with a graphic organizer. Let's see if all the elements in our prompt are in the graphic organizer. First, did I write facts about in my graphic organizer? I wrote my facts here. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 facts. Did I include evidence? Yes. I wrote exactly where I could go back to into my passages and find the fact that I quoted. So I can copy this information right into my answer paper. Notice I use the words paragraph and line numbers. This will give an exact detail of where to find those examples. Did I use both passages? Remember it says both. Yes, I did. I used 2 examples from passage 1 and 1 example from passage 2. I believe I did cover everything, so I'm going to reread the prompt. Write an informational paper for your classmates about Taekwondo. Include important information about Taekwondo that will help your classmates understand the sport. Be sure to use information from both passages in your paper. Yes, I did everything I circled, underlined, and bracketed. Now I am ready to construct my rough draft for this passage. I will write a rough draft, edit it, and then write my final draft for my test. Let's cub a few prompts together. Remember, here are your 6 steps. First, you read the prompt. Second, you reread the prompt. Third, circle the bossy words. Fourth, write the word what above the bossy words. Fifth, underline the answer to the bossy what. And sixth, bracket any important words. Okay, pause this video and do this prompt on your own. When you have finished doing it on your own or with your teacher, restart the video and watch me do it for you. Hi, welcome back. All right, let's go through the 6 steps together. First, let's read this prompt. What does it take to be a good parent? In your essay, describe the characteristics of a good parent. Give specific details to explain your views, your personal observations, experiences, and knowledge. Okay, I read my prompt. Step 2, reread the prompt. What does it take to be a good parent? In your essay, describe the characteristics of a good parent. Give specific details to explain your views. Use your personal observations, experience, and knowledge. Okay, now let's circle the bossy words. Did you get these words? Describe, give, and use. Next, we are going to write the word what above our bossy words. Then we're going to underline the answer to the bossy what. What does it want us to describe? Characteristics. What does it want me to give? Specific details. What does it want me to use? Personal observations, experience, and knowledge. Now I'm going to bracket words that I found important. Good parent. Explain. Views. Personal observations, experience, and knowledge. Okay, I have cubbed my prompts. So I've cubbed my prompt. Now I'm ready to write. This is a graphic organizer that I would use if I was writing. This is a sample graphic organizer. Let's make sure that I have done all the elements for our prompt. Number 1, we are supposed to describe the characteristics of a good parent. Describe the characteristics of a good parent. Have I done that? I chose the characteristics of patient, kind, and hardworking. Yes, I have described these characteristics. Next, I was supposed to give specific details to explain my views. This tells me this is an opinion piece. Did I do that? Yes, I have 3 examples. I use personal observations, experience, and knowledge in these 3 headings. Patient, I talked about a parent need to use patience when a toddler was throwing a tantrum. I gave a specific detail for kind when dad helps me with my homework. And I also gave a specific detail for hardworking when mom keeps the house clean. I was supposed to use personal observations, experience, and knowledge. Did I do that? Yes, I used 3 examples, 1 in each category. Now I am ready to write my first draft. You try this one on your own. Please pause the video and cub this prompt. When you have finished, check your work against what I have done. Please pause the video now. Welcome back. Did this prompt trick you a little bit? Did you notice how it gave you a lead-in before it gave you a writing prompt? Many times they will do this to set you up to understand what they want from you. Please do not skip reading this portion of your writing prompt. It gives you valuable information of the direction that they want you to go with your writing. In this case, does your prompt look like this? I circled the bossy or command word. I wrote the word what above the command word. I underlined the answer to the what the command word wanted me to write about, and I bracketed the words I felt were important. So now I am ready to write my first draft. Let's try one final one. Pause the video. Please do this on your own. When you have completed cubbing the prompt, restart the video to check your work. Welcome back. Does your prompt look like this? Did you circle the bossy command words? Did you write what above the command words? Did you underline the answer to the what questions? Did you bracket all information that was important to you? If you did these things, then you are ready to write your first draft. Congratulations! You have learned how to CUB your prompt. Way to go! Circle, underline, and bracket.